Hmm? Oh, that's for everything, huh? Hmm. Hey, what's up, Turnip? When the JRPG church is sus. There we go, that might work better. Oh, man. Today's been a weird one. I woke up like, I want to say, half an hour ago. And I'm, whew, still feeling a little weird. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with weird. Good way to start off consciousness, hell yeah. It's all the stuff. That's all the stuff outside of that really sucks sometimes. All right. I think I'll just go ahead and jump into it. I'm eager today. Your battle with Nidhogg's Shade will beget many an epic ballad, Vel, and rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more epochal victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. Not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. I'm real excited. We get to finish up the last of the Heavensward story, like the post patches or whatever, however they call them. It'll get us ready for Stormblood. Kind of excited. I know everybody isn't sweet on Stormblood like they are with A Realm Reborn, and but I think I'll actually end up enjoying Stormblood because I enjoyed A Realm Reborn a lot more than like people putting it down and stuff. I'm ahead of you. You really need to play, but you've been so busy. Dude, tell me about it. I know how that goes. I really do. I literally had to take like a part-time job just to try and be able to stream. It's crazy. Vel, Master Alphino, my honored friends, as if winning Hraesvelgr to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Vel and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's Shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. Speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier. Captain, I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Aymeric is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmund and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Count Vel, 'twould seem that we are awaited at Fortemps Manor. Indeed. Yeah, I totally understand being busy. Like, sometimes when you, like in my line of work, last vigil, if you aren't careful, it can end up, like, taking over your life. Let's do, like, that, maybe. I keep feeling like the music is too loud. Wait, was that Onawoi? Or Onawa?
The heroes of the hour return.
Wow, look at you.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you.
Get the feeling Artoriel's kind of getting tired of being a
And while
second
we're
act.
on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
That's funny. Throwing shade.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Oh man. Even after saying that everything's under control, you still can't just let Estinian rest. I
Our
understand the
master
feeling.
Alphinaud has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, warrior of light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
You mean the other Azure Dragoon? Because I'm one too. Remember that, right? Oof. Yeah, if they're just now getting to Leviathan, they've got a ways. Trying to, yeah. Lord of the World. Oh yeah. Oh geez, they have a lot. That's... I'm trying to think. Steps of Faith. Yeah, because you have to deal with Iceheart. What was it? Lord of the Whirl, right? Oh, they still have to fight. They still have to fight, Ramu. Yeah, they have a long way to go. Forgot Knights. Val, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? Seek Master Alphino. Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Hraesvelgur's trial and all that followed. Estinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. He is. Ooh, a wind-up Aimric. And an alpine coat. Very cool. My own friendship with Estinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. So I might have remained, had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Hey, fat man. How you doing today? How's it going? Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind, revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling, and in the ungentle chidings of Estinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Gotta farm more memories? I'm not sure what that means, but good luck with that. That's probably stuff later on. No spoilers though. I'll get there when I get there. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Uh-oh. Is he... Tell them I'm on my way. Quest accepted. Run to the infirmary. Oh, I guess I just have to talk to you again. Quickly, Val, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Ew. Okay then.
Estinian!
Oh, don't tell me he died. It looks like he's breathing. Yes, okay, cool.
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Way to give us a heart attack.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead. Aye, 'twas but a jest.
The memories are for a resistance weapon. Oh, cool.
I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. 'Tis an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you.
I'm so glad that there are at least moments where they recognize that I'm an Azure Dragoon too. Because sometimes it feels like they don't. Like at all.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Emmerich. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty.
Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Why does it sound like his voice... It sounds like his voice has actually gotten softer. Like the experience has kind of like changed him for the better.
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest.
Yeah, he's definitely learned some things from this. That's good.
Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
What?
My friend.
Wow.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
Let's just take turns nodding at each other and smiling.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Man. Aymeric keeps talking about not being the leader of Ishgard, and I don't like it. I feel like he's the right man for the job.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the steps of Faith, Sir Aymeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic.
Okay. Okay, so he didn't want to be the leader.
The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident.
Hey, him.
His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords.
Oh, okay. Cool. No worries, Ham. It's cool. How you doing? You doing alright?
Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir.
Okay, so maybe I overreacted just a little bit with him wanting to step down like that. Still recovering from the
Prominent
fever?
among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace.
Yeah, definitely get rest and stuff, man. I mean, I'm glad you're on the mend, though. Ooh, they're letting him ride on his back.
The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age.
So Stinian lays down the mantle of Azure Dragoon, and Aymeric picks it up. Interesting. How much you want to bet Stinian's going to put flowers at his family's grave? Oh, look at us.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
Hell yeah. Are we becoming like good friends with Hraesvelgr? Hell yeah. Glad the connection's fine right now, because this whole week you couldn't properly play Final Fantasy XIV. Oh man, yeah, I feel you on that one. No idea what's happening. Yeah, it's... Dude, the story's so good. How's the sound, by the way? Is it balanced okay? I constantly feel like the music and stuff is too loud, and I'm too, it's gonna like overbear me. How's that? Is that better? I turned my mic up a little bit. Managed to get your Dark Knight to 56? Hell yeah. That's good. Okay, cool. I really need to get a boom arm at some point, so I can just keep it like right next to my mouth, because right now it's about like 2 feet away on my desk. So I have to constantly try and balance it for that. Aw. Ba-da-ba. Do it for Gilly. Accompaniment node? Gilly! Okay. At some point I think I'm gonna want to do that. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds, an all too rare moment of idleness, when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending his way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Vel. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. Kinda, yeah. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle? An archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. But these questions are for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinian has vanished from his sick room. His wilfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray, assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Vel, and please, convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. Sky Pirates, Gods of Eld? Okay, let's see what this is all about. Vel, I was looking for you. Or rather, your friend Wedge was. Left a most puzzling message he did, with instructions to convey it to you verbatim. He requests your presence at the Etherochemical Research Facility in Azaz Law for a project of the utmost secrecy. Sounds like nonsense to my ears, but he assured me you would grasp his intent. Well, that is the message, and now I've delivered it. Okay. I want to see what these other ones too are too. Sky Pirates. Because it says it's level 60, so there's a good chance. Huh. Ah, you have the look of a lad who's seen his fair share of trouble. Mayhap you'd be willing to help me with mine. I need a capable sort to head into the Sea of Clouds and track down my missing airship. I had to mortgage my soul to get that vessel built, so winning the contract to ferry supplies out to Cloudtop was a real weight off my mind. But it seems my luck ended there. My ship was due back in Ishgard bells ago, and I've been praying for a glimpse of her sails ever since. Can't help fearing the worst. What if she's run afoul of sky pirates? My creditors will have their ponds of flesh. You think me foolish to fear piracy so far above the waves? Well, let me tell you that no honest merchant is safe now that airship production has, if you'll excuse the pun, taken off. Any scoundrel with a sack of coin and a vague sense of direction can terrorize the skies. Oh yes, this new breed of buccaneers like to paint themselves as dashing explorers braving the unknown, but the truth of their nature is right there in the name, sky pirates. Given half a chance, they'll strip your ship of every last scrap of cargo and cry "Yah-har-har" as they launch you screaming over the rails. I've heard the stories. Please, you must make haste to Camp Cloudtop. That's where the shipment was bound, and inquire as to the fate of my poor ship. Oh, and my poor helmsman. Ask Ron Tremont, he'll know if any man does. And I think I saw one over here. Gods of Eld, yeah. Do, 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 do. Man, this has been like such a satisfying story. Okay, I guess I have to come this way. And I think that was the end of the, not patches in general, but like the ones pertaining to like the Dragonsong War. Gods of Eld. Ah, my Lord Vel, during your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning that you were away, he left a message to the effect that he wishes to speak with you, will await you at the Rising Stones. If you have a mind to oblige this stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease to simply be near him. Huh. We're gonna have to take some time to do a bunch of these blue quests, I think. You spoke with Sir Aymeric. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet, though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Aymeric to lead the march to progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn, in the shadow of inscrutable Ascian machinations, and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. Very true. Ba-da-ba. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Huh. That's pretty neat. They're kind of stopping with their isolationist ways. I was wondering if these guys would show up. Oh no. That's where they threw Nidhogg's eyes. I've got a bad feeling about that. Thank you, Blanhairs. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Is that Alphino or Alice? This way! That's Alice. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part and we will play ours. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. And thus did grey mist give way to azure skies. Man and dragon rise above, voices joined in song. But beneath shrouded boughs, but beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. Ooh. Hell yeah. So let's go ahead and use these real quick so I can get them. And then, right, I wanted to check and see the dragon song, yes. I would like to use that title, thank you very much. Promises kept. Master Berent, you are come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event. Sir Aymeric de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Borel, cordially invites Master Berent to dine with him at his estate. Hey, Hypno. What's up, my man? You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Oh yeah. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord Commander sees no further cause of delay. What say you? Sure. I'll show up wearing my armor. Indeed, who would not? You will forgive me if I seem envious. I shall send word of your acceptance to Borel Manor at once. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologicum. They will have someone escort you the rest of the way. Very cool. Astrologicum. This one. Athenaeum Astrologicum. Okay. Oh, so this is their manor. Greetings and well met, Master Berent. I have the honor and the privilege to serve as head steward of House Borel, though, admittedly, our staff is somewhat smaller than those of other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a man of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I'm sure, but for this day, we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. Very cool. Although it is kind of funny that, like, House Borel only has only the one servant, really. I I wonder how I get the food, like, under my visor. Maybe I should have taken my helmet off.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn. I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
This is actually kind of like a wholesome moment. Which immediately makes me think that something bad's gonna happen. You better check it for poison. They're really lingering.
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
It's not over yet. Though perhaps a bit long for my liking. Why not join me on the next? It wasn't all sunshine and lemon cakes. Yeah, that's true. Let's say, why not join me on the next?
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps.
How is Amaric ever going to get married to Lucia if he keeps looking at us like that?
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning. For it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
He wants the D.
The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
Moment of truth. Are people about to get poisoned?
May I ask a personal question?
It's
Now
like
that
they're
the dust
taunting
is
us.
settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Oh, jeez. That's a hard question to answer.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
We'll never get what we want. People always show
News
up.
from House Fulton.
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay.
No rest for the weary.
Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
I think I'll take my helmet off for this next bit. I want to see my face again. Oh, unless it's just going straight into it.
For every ending marks a new beginning.
Who's this?
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did he. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
I love that they're gonna keep doing that. I absolutely love it. Having these little like prologue and epilogue things, like narration, so good. Yeah, I'll say.
Yes.
Is that...
Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Oh man. Get a white mage to cast Asuna. Right?
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. to be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer.
What happens? You'll just have to play and find out.
The warriors of darkness are in league with the Ascients. Slaughtering the primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelphatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Damn Ascians.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
What a bunch of Ascians. Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his chirurgeons. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to a matter whose conclusion we have yet the power to influence? Yeah, let's do it. Shadows of the First. So the warriors of darkness and the Ascients are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then when we first encountered them in Loth Asnath, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? There is much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alice risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Vel, will you accompany me to Zelphatol and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? Of course. You can count on me, buddy. Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixali homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastmen's intrusions into Kurthan lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Zelphatol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Aymeric, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland after all, and Ixali dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wiser to cross into Zelphatol by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure you safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zelphatol. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmund. In the event Mistress Alice regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over and keep you safe. Then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. Ba-da-da-da-da. Well, that didn't last long. I knew as soon as, what's his name? Americ. As soon as Americ was like, what do you want? I knew something was gonna happen. They just ended up making us having to go do something else. I just knew it. Oh, where am I going? Actually, why don't you give me a different mount? Perfect. Have you everything you require, then? Excellent. The entrance to the pass is north of Natalan and due east of Camp Dragonhead. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixali warriors, I have been informed that House Fortomp Knights have already dispatched them. The enemy's gate lies open. We need but walk through. Interesting. Aha! I love this mount. This mount's so cool. It's like we've got our very own Gundam. I thought they were already dispatched. Master Barant, Master Alphino, as you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something and don't want anyone interfering. We stand ready to escort you to Zelphatol and aid you as you see fit. Given the numbers we are like to encounter, a two-pronged approach may be best. While the knights and I feign a larger attack to draw the Ixal's attention, I suggest you and yours attempt to slip past their defenses and locate the site of the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, you should only have to deal with some few patrols, but if they are not, you may be forced to do battle with the Warriors of Darkness. Ooh, it's a dungeon. Okay, cool. Zelphatol. Very cool. You get 70 tomestones for this. Hypno, would you like to join? Let's see. Anybody's on here? Yeah, they're probably playing together. Okay, cool. We'll just queue up for that then. Less than 5 minutes. Hey, hey. Oh, hey Ham. I also got some new cool emotes that you get from the story. There's the victory one, which is different for, like, they're both different for every. And then, what was the other one? B pose? No. B stance. No. Okay. I'll show you the other one, but it's also pretty cool, and they're like different for every class that you're playing, every job. I wonder if that means you can do it as a fisherman. Get back over here. Ah. The only downside to playing as a melee range. Ah. Wow, they're really up to something. Oh, I have no idea if the fisherman has one. That was just a joke. I think it'd be awesome if you could. Man, this is crazy. Oh, I forgot to... Damn it. Uzal Hulak. No! Damn it. The only thing I hate about playing as a melee, or maybe not playing as a melee, just in general, bosses that are able to like jump into the air. And like de-aggro. Hell yeah. Valkyrie's Boots of Scouting. We may get a new FC member. Got a friend to get the game and told him to try to make a character on Genova. Very cool. Well, let me know. Let me know if that ends up happening. We'll get him in here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-dum-bum-bum-ba. It's crazy that they've managed to build all this. Really crazy. That'll probably help. I was worried there for a second. I was like, why is that so loud? Ooh, that guy's got a big fan. Is he our biggest fan? I knew you'd like that one. Ooh, ouch, ouch. Okay, I kind of get what he's all about now. Whoa! What? How the fuck did I just die? wow. Valkyrie's Helm of Fending. Oh, that thing looks sweet. Yeah, I knew you'd like that pun, Ham. Tailwind Relic? Ooh. Dude, Gerskogel is such a cool ability. I like that a lot, actually. I don't understand why I can't get Sonic Thrust to spike. Or not, to proc. It says the combo action is Doom Spike. But whenever I use Doom Spike, it doesn't give me the option. Oh, because it's level 62. Duh. Are we supposed to attack it? There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that is awesome. Kinda wish we could be friends with the Ixals, like at large. They've got some really cool stuff. Can we attack the war balloon? Yes. Ah. Cool. This is a cool dungeon. I like this. dun, dun, bum, 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 bum. Don't think this is a boss. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, who's this? This guy's always blowing hot air. Viking leg guards. Thought the bracelet of slaying. Oh, this one's probably better, maybe. Mapping the realm, Zelphatal. I noticed he kind of summoned Garuda there for a second. This must be like a priest or something? Oh, I see. It's one of those. Okay. Yeah. You don't know if she'd be proud of the puns or disappointed? Heck yeah. That was pretty fun. Ooh, a Curus of Maiming. Let's give that to the healer. Oh, I'm definitely needing that shaggy goat. Aw. Yeah, it is a shaggy shoat. I never get those. What is that? What's that look like, I wonder? Oh, that looks okay. That looks kind of cool. My hair clips, though, which is a shame. Oh, caps lock. Ooh, I received a player commendation. Nice.
Thank the gods! What happened?
I beat their ass. Thanks for the run, Hypno.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught.
Unless they wanted
But we
us
should
to.
not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
Is that Urianger? Dude, what?
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No, no. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
What?
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
God, her eyes are creepy.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we?
Jarumul.
You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light.
Oh, they're talking about alternate realities.
But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before. on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void.
Oh.
Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the Source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
I feel like that just
You
create
would
chaos.
doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
Why do I get the feeling that that's Urianger?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
Ah! I think that's Urianger. God, that's frustrating. Damn. All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Do you think it could be true? That to save their world they must bring ruin to ours? No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Two sides of a coin. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The Knights can apprise Lord Edmund of our success, and we the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I will be at the congregation. I might take a chance to look at some of these other quests that we were doing real quick. Rising Stones, that's more Dono. Revenant's Toll. I think it was Gods of Eld, it was called. Wait, in the solar? Who's waiting for us in the solar? It said mysterious visitor. Huh. My thanks for coming. I don't like that music. Unu Kalhai? Unu Kalhai is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of the beings known as Icons. You are aware of the threat, you say? But I speak not of the primals, with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term Icon, and the beings to which it refers, precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which the Allagans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Alag have simply availed themselves of it. Pray, permit me to continue the tale. Oh, okay. Urianger. Ah, Urianger, how kind of you to join us. As the Warrior of Light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of this star. The icons of Eld. In the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Alag, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allagans also learned how to harness the icons' power. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Azazla, and within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the Warring Triad. 'Twas first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Azazla. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the icons were severely damaged. Doubt not, but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You were simply fulfilling your destiny, and yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is hope still. Through swift action, we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the primals Ravana and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Icon's awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those Icons and their fitful slumber. I shall return to the Waking Sands forthwith, and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Unokai shall assist thee. Rest assured, he is not our enemy, for the time being at least. That's ominous. For the time being at least? Who are the Warring Triad? What are their names? Yeah, they're not going to give us their names yet. Oh, okay. I see. So this is... This is like another Crystal Tower type situation, right? Diabolical Bismarck. If we are to prevent the awakening of the Warring Triad, then Bismarck must be cast down once more. I'm aware of the rather unorthodox method you employed to lure it out and slay the White Whale before, and had a mind to follow established precedent. That said, islands are not easy to come by. I should hope it is not necessary, but you may as well show this gemstone to Chief Sonu. He will know it as the Weeping Eye of the Manuk Manai, and it will ensure that he is completely committed to our cause. Oh, and before you ask, I've already informed Master Garland of our plans. He is currently en route to the Blue Window. Cool. Oh, hey, Eridan. What's up? Their trials. Every expansion has an optional set of trials on the side. Very cool. So it isn't like a Crystal Tower type thing? Where it's like keeping the story going? Within Thok-as Thok, he builds his strength, feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children. But those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourself to them a second time. Nay, you must devise a new way of approaching the Lord of the Hive's domain. Consult with the storyteller, the Elder of the Vath, and he will aid you in this endeavor. Take this bauble. 'Tis known among the Nath as the Burning Eye of Ravana. When the time comes, you'll know what to do. But I get the feeling that it's like ways to... It's side content. It does get referenced in a side quest down the line. That's all you're going to say about that. Okay. The time has come, Warrior of Light. Oh. I don't want to do this yet. I don't want to do that yet. I want to make sure that I... which one was it? This one. I want to make sure that I actually do the other stuff before I do that. Since we know that they're optional trials, which one was it? It was Diabolical Bismarck, Soccer Around the Clock, Sky Pirates. Yeah, I might leave those open. I do kind of want to do it for Gilly, because that looks like we get a... what was it? Az's Law? Where was Az's Law? Oh, duh, Helix. It looks like it's some type of minion or maybe a mount or something, which looks kind of cool. Every extreme trial has a chance of dropping a mount if you're interested in mount farming. For Heavensward, the mounts are big angry birds. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's definitely something I'd be willing to... I'd be interested in doing like down the line for sure. Oh, it's way up here. It's the flagship. Oh, they're hard to find though, aren't they? The mounts. Like it's an actual grind. Oh, there you are, Vel. I've been waiting for you, and so has an old friend of ours. You remember Gilly, don't you? I was feeling awfully lonely without her, so I snuck out the back door when the chief wasn't looking. But look at her now, systems down, no power to utter even a single blip. Doesn't it just break your heart, Vel? Left alone in this wasteland for thousands of years, just waiting for someone to help, and as soon as she's done her duty, clunk, tossed to the side like a rusty old suit of armor. Well, I won't stand for it. We won't stand for it. I'm going to bring Gilly back to life and you're going to help me. At first I had a mind to fix her up myself, but I fear she's proven beyond my abilities to repair. That's when I hit upon it. If we found a new body for Gilly, we could transfer her personality and memories right into it. It'd be like she'd never left. I know what you're thinking. And just where are we going to find this new body, Wedge? I've got 3 words for you. The Fractal Continuum. It's an old warship that was converted into a museum of Allegan technology. If there's any place we can find a new body for Gilly, it'll be there. It's just a short trip away by matter conduit 6 to 7 to boot. You'll go, won't you? For Gilly's sake? Sure. For Gilly's sake. Do it for Gilly. When you complete a trial, there's an RNG chance of it dropping. Otherwise, they give you a token on completion, and amount costs 99. Oh, okay. It's not too bad. I mean, that's a lot of... It's a lot of completions for, to get the mount, but yeah. It's not bad. You just gotta do it 99 times. 99 times what? Like 3 or 4? How many are there? $7 to 8, I think. Oof. 99 times 7 or 8. Yay-karoonies. Transport is available from this location to the Fractal Continuum, the greatest storehouse of technological marvels in all of Alag. Blip blip. The Fractal Continuum is temporarily closed to tourists. Access is limited to those with level 3 security clearance or higher. Blip. Unauthorized visitors will be removed via the Continuum's anti-intruder defense system. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy your visit. Oh, it's a duty. I see. It's not as bad if you're doing the older trials, since you can run them unsynced. So get a bunch of 80s and you can finish the trial in a few minutes. Oh, okay. I thought it had to be like specific ones, but it's just like any trial, and then you can use those for any of the mounts. Very cool. Okay. Use the duty finder to enter the Fractal Continuum. No, every trial has a unique mount and unique tokens. Oof. Then that definitely hurts a little bit. Let's see. 11 minutes. No, thank you. I hate that. I hate that about being DPS. Because everybody's... Oof, oof. Alright, I'll just have to do it some other time. Unfork. Deliver the battle standard to Ranchemont? Where's that at? Camp Cloudtop, I think. Unfork. You're back? Oh, you wanna run Fractal Continuum with me, bud? You don't have to. It's it is a side content thing, so it's not a... So it's not necessary. Sure? Okay, cool. Take this battle standard, sir. The battle standard of the Steel Vigil, charred by flame just as I remember, though there is much I could not remember from that day. In the wake of the calamity, we were all but defenseless, and Svar and Safat saw fit to give us no quarter. I should hope to never again see a battle so bloody. He laid down his life for our nation, for the few of us who escaped with our lives. True leader to the bitter end, and I will always treasure the years spent under him. But I'm not worthy of a memento such as this, though she may be reluctant to accept it. Lady Leniette should be the one to have this. I realize she has her own way to deal with grief, and I suspect that's why she did not attend the ceremony. But in all my years serving House Hylanart, they have never been the sort to simply let go of family. Please, friend, take the battle standard to her. Well, okay. You put it like that. And then... less than 5 minutes. Cool. It's interesting to see how it cuts down the timer. Man, I really need to take the time to explore and pick stuff up. Bum, 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 bum. Can I just jump? Nope. How about here? I bet I can jump here. There we go. Ugh. Gotta learn how to fly. You can't get to the Alliance raids for Heavensward without it. Well, that's good enough. That's good incentive, I think. Oh, how'd I miss this ether current? I literally ran by it. Is there something you need? Yeah, take this battle standard. The battle standard from the Steel Vigil. You are too kind. It's a most unexpected gift. Claude Bampt was a good man. Claude Baum? I don't know how to pronounce that. Always ready to put his men's needs before his own. They were a family, and they mourned his loss like family. But I wish they had not followed Francel's example. He insisted on a post in Central Curthis, hoping to avenge him someday. And Claude Bame's men were quick to follow suit. Uh-oh, I hope that doesn't mean Francel's dead. But I refuse to dwell on the past. Grieving at gatherings year after year is not what he would have wanted. Nay, he would have me live my own life and fulfill my own dreams. His passing was a great loss for our house, but such hardships are not unfamiliar to us. Times are hard, and we will move forward. And in time, Ishgard will become the great nation he believed it could be, free of war. Heck yeah. Let's do direct hit rate. Ba-da-ba. Ooh, that's right, triple triad challenge. I don't think I've beaten her. Right, I'm going first. You motherfucker. Let's do... Damn. Well, that's depressing. Thought it was going well. She has some crazy cards. Let's do one more. See if I can get her. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I saw that coming. And that's when I do this. Okay, and then I do that. Damn, close. Okay, one more. When I get that close, I need to. That means I'm getting close. Yeah, finally. And I didn't even get a card. Ah. Dang it. I was hoping I'd get one of those great cards that she had. Sky Pirates, that's right. All the way over there, huh? Okay, so okay, Zundu. I was not expecting the queue for this to last as long as it did. Just waiting for that healer, I guess. Aha. Are these the sky pirates? Definitely looks like it. Aid! Aid, I say! These villains mean to plunder my cargo. What have we got here, then? Think you're some sort of hero, do you? I mean, I know I am. Well then, you won't mind if me mates here join the fun. Make for a more heroic tale, won't it? Tale of how 3 sky pirates fed a meddling little shite his own bloody eyes. What the? Oh gods, I know that ship. It's a nice looking ship. Oh, it's basically just ours without the, like, topsail. So you're the scrags would have been dragging our good name through the mud. You're Red-Billed Leofard. We ain't done naught to you or yours. What do you want with us? I think I made me position pretty clear. You take on the mental sky pirate, you agree to a certain code of conduct. And codes ain't worth much if folk go around breaking them. Frankly, lads, you're making us look bad. And we can't have that. No hard feelings, though, eh? Oh boy. Alright, okay. Unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Ooh, wow. The fractal continuum. That looked like a mix of like an Araman and some creepiness. Bow, 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 bow. Kind of cool. Oh, what? got dicey there for a second. Ooh, the first boss. Exhibit level 3. Phantom Ray. Ooh, that looks kind of like Ravana a little bit, just without the wings. Yeah, General Grievous, exactly. Oh, I think I got hit by that. Oh shit, oh, I'm an idiot. That was fun. That's a cool little... Cool little fight. Valerian Terror Knight. Get back here. Uh-oh. We did that? I think it was this big thing. God. Oh shit. That was... I was not expecting that. She's a white mage, okay. Maybe she was using one of her bigger heals that took a second to cast. Oh. Keep accidentally hitting. I don't know why I hit that. Ah, dang it, I missed it by like half a second. Oh, wow. That's a big boy. Woo, that was close. You bitch. Oh my god. Sir, you need to watch your tone. Very cool. Valerian Terror Knight's Choker. I wonder if the Valerian Terror Knight set actually looks pretty cool. Oh wait, we're back to the start. Does it take us to a different place? No? It took us back here. I bet this is some type of like test or like puzzle that we have to do. Clear a route to the security deck. I wonder if these guide panels actually have anything to do with it. Probably not. exhibit level 3. Return. Okay, that's fair. Did we have to... Ah. Whoa! This is cool. I like this. I don't know why, but the elegant stuff always seems to be pretty cool. Treasure coffer. Balder rod. Very cool. Ah, they got the Balder rod. Ooh, that thing looks awesome. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Hell yeah. That was cool. Pair of Balder claws. Ooh. What's that look like? Oh, simple and sleek. I like it. Nice robes too for a wizard. Aw. Guess I can't get everything all the time. That was fun. Deliver the node nacelle to... Oh, right. Exactly. r/choosing beggars. Exactly. I actually feel kind of bad about having to skip through that dialogue for the Sky Pirates thing. Ah, the accompanying node minion. Okay, so it isn't for a minion. I'm okay with that. I like minions. Then we'll probably just continue with the story a bit. Bum, do 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 do. You're back, Vel. Oh, tell me, you brought me a new nacelle? I did. Why, that's a functioning nacelle if I ever saw one. This'll do the trick, I'm sure of it. Auto-detecting newly installed nacelle. Nacelle detected. Reinitializing system settings. Initialization complete. Welcome to Aziz's Law, Master Wedge and Master Vel. Gilly, could it truly be you? The very same, Master Wedge, and running at optimal efficiency thanks to my first full body overhaul in approximately 5 millennia. You really are too kind. Aw, now that's my sweet little girl. Why, after all you did for us, it was the least we could do. I've got a favor to ask you, Vel. This might sound silly, but I want you to take Gilly with you on your adventures. I want her to see that there's more to our world than this etheric waste she's called home for thousands of years. Yes, I'd say our little girl's done enough guidance. From this day forward, she's an accompaniment node, and with you she's going to go where no node has gone before. Very cool. Ba-da-ba. Very cool. Story. Our Knights Most Heavenly. Do 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 do. Which is, I think, here. It's funny, we take her from one wasteland to another. I mean, because Ishgard's nice, but it's also very gray. Brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Vel. What news from Zelphatal? Then we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for who remained behind, Mistress Ishtola has been tending to Mistress Alice in your absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. They told me you had departed for Zelfatol while I was still abed. I slept much better knowing that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I take it your mission was a success.
We beat him good.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alice. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers.
What happened to Thancred? You're just gonna have to play and find out.
Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
Oh, Zodiark.
We cannot let that happen.
They're trying to get more people to, like, worship Zodiark, I guess.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
Is he a scion now? I mean, obviously
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Cool.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Urianger? Pretty sure it's Urianger, Alphino. Jeez, don't even know the guy's name.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute! I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
She's giving everybody new clothes. I love it. I mean, she does have an eye for these things. I think Alphino was given his new outfit by her. And so is Ishtola's. It has been many moons since last we worked together, though I believe the same cannot be said of the two of you. I confess, I was aware of your subterranean expedition, of your search for the truth of the calamity. Oh. Yeah, I haven't actually done that yet. Whoops. I considered involving myself with her venture for a time, but as you know all too well, circumstances conspired to keep us apart. I can only assume she carried on in our absence. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Ooh. Sick threads. Very nice. Right then, shall we be off? Tataru never ceases to impress, though for a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember that time at the studium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, Sister, please, she was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? So be it. Another time, perhaps. I should thank you again for your assistance with my expeditions, Vel. Though we left matters somewhat unfinished, I am nevertheless prepared to focus on the task at hand and aid you to the fullest extent of my ability. As you helped me to brave the coils, so too will I help you to defeat the Warriors of Darkness. Yep, I definitely helped you do the coils. Uh-huh. Been meaning to ask about the carriage? Yeah, let's try that. Ah, yes, the carriage that so fortuitously arrived to spirit us away from Ul'dah after the banquet. The driver informed me that I had my sister to thank for his presence in Ul'dah. How did you know to send help? Oh, drunken brass blades are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, it was too late to do anything more. Frankly, I'm still amazed Bramont managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when we last met. You have the look of a woman who's ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I'm here today because I would regret it if I weren't, that is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. It does feel kind of weird not to have done the coils and talk to her about it like that. Just a little bit. Ooh, do I still have a ticket? I do. Haha. Free trip to the Waking Sands. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Urianger, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. And then I told him all about it. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time, to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Murrothor. Ogomero stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumors, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlookville. Thank you for your counsel, Urianger. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. I can't help but wonder if Urianger really was that guy. If I may, brother. Urianger, is there anything else you would like to say? Ooh, something's going on. Alice? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I have heard tell of a promising tome, the Garon Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. Ooh, wasn't that the book he was reading? Oh, she knows something. I definitely think that was Urianger. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. I 100% think it was Urianger, that masked Elizan guy that we saw. Although we didn't see a neck tattoo. Or no, his is on his face. Yeah, his is on his face. If you cover from the nose down. Oh, dude, it could totally be him. I'm like 100% certain now. Camp Overlook. A 100%. Super duper percent. Seven hells. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Whatever it is, we don't want any. I'm here to help you, actually. Well, fancy that. Just when my kobold problems look like coming to a head, the scions of the Seventh Dawn turn up itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. Ba-dum-ba. Unlikely allies. So our friendly neighbors in Ugamero have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scouts spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? A kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Urianger's information, yes. But to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold. Gotta find and question the kobold. He's around here somewhere. Aha! What are you doing? Of course it ran off. Of course. Haha. Can't run from me. So stay back, away, far back. I'm not a. God, it's no use. Pointless, hopeless, no use. Where did this koboldling run off to? Aha! But please, don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, just talk. If you only wish to talk, then why do you keep running? This was a stupid plan. Stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will... Ah, you found me again. What to do? I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say talk. So please do not hurt me. So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could very well give one a bruised knee. Huzzah, we've got him! Fine work, scions. Wow. So, little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No, I came to talk, to ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now, let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin, one day. Well met, Gabu. I am Alphino, and this is my sister Alice. Vel, the man who found you, is our friend, and now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Bloden here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not to your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, all right? Not while we're here, I promise. The patriarch, he's He's... the Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him. Beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they didn't have iron in their hearts, they would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Coke for the furnace? I did not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of foci fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too, so please help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to the worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready just in case. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy, that they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. Yeah. The Beast That Mourned at the Heart of the Mountain. Ooh, I like that title. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come. Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Oh. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Quickly. Do you have them all? Good. Lean on, Gabu. This way. That's such a cool name for a quest. The Beast That Mourned at the Heart of the Mountain. I like it. I'm a sucker for good titles. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! Aye, it's just that... I am quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthus to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrun by another party, most likely a pawn of the Asians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Asians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Alice said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. This next one is the last and is very large. Very big, very huge, very large. Oh, that is big. Though you cast about for a time, you see no sign of the crystals. Uh-oh. Does Titan get summoned? Confound it. What about you, Vel? Any luck? Nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spied, spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is where to, and why? Within Ogomoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again. It is the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu, we will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them into Commander Bloedin's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. The crystals, Vel, if you would be so kind. There you go. 2 crates of crystals I just had lugging around in my storage. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloedin on the situation. Pray, go on ahead. As I recall, there is an aetherite within Ugamaro mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way, this way. Oh, that's... At least I don't have to fight everybody on the way in. I'm okay with that. Oh, I was going the wrong way. Duh. And then left here. Perfect. I take it this is the aetherite we seek. Right then. As soon as Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Vel. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Why do I get the feeling that he's going to be summoned again? Quickly, you clods! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Already dead? Oh no. Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace, you monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the overdwellers. No, LSA, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering of your own, on your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdweller's convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you! Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers! You take and you take and you take, and when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of ether and brings not but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands, you'll not ruin ours. I mean, he's got a point. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. Please. Aw, buddy. Please. Oh, man. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Wake up. 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 Wake up! Ooh, I think he's gonna end up killing them because they killed Gabu's parents, and Gabu was the one that just summoned him. Yeah. Seven hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Alfie, no. Leave him to me. Ooh, obsidian carbuncle. We must away. Man, that was actually kind of sad. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one course for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of Ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Ogomoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops and the cycle will continue. Vel, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? You know it. Thank you, my friend. Alisei and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the Primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We will be expecting you. Use the Duty Finder to confront Titan in Naval Hard. Interesting. Less than 5 minutes. That's good. It is kind of interesting that instead of it being like the Naval Extreme or something like that, it's sending us back to the Naval Hard, which I think is interesting. There, peace and quiet. Hypno, would you be interested in... Oh, actually, I think we might be okay. We already got 2 out of 2 healers, 3 out of 4 DPS, and we only need a couple of tanks. I don't think it'll be that long of a wait. So let's look at some of the stuff that I've kind of put off. And these are just the ones I've accepted. Tempter Deepcraft Hard. Yeah. At some point, maybe, because I seem to be catching up with the story pretty quickly, because this is towards the end of like the post Heavensward patches, and then after that it's Stormblood, after that it's Shadowbringers, and it's only July, and Endwalker's coming out in November, so that's what, like July, August, September, October, November, about 4 or 5 months from now. So I might be able to go through the catch up and get through the story and actually have time to like do stuff. So maybe I can wait to do a bunch of these blue quests until after I've caught up. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, God, caps lock. Congrats on being a sub. We only need one more tank and then we're good. Cool. Perfect. I feel like it's the one DPS that's like running from the bathroom. He heard the Q pop. He's like, oh God. thought B stance did exist. Oh, because it's a V pose, right? Oh, wow. Titans mimicking the word that, the words that Gabu was saying. That's so terrifying. Like a little bit heart-wrenching. Bad timing. I never knew that I could crit on my second wind. Oh, that was weird. I had some lag there for a second. Oh shit, I died. Damn, a bunch of us died. Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, we're not making it. Damn. I'll get out of the way. We went to the ear doctor the other day. He said you were going deaf. It was really hard to hear. Oof. Sorry to hear that, man. Or is that a joke? Oh, I didn't get the joke? Yeah, sorry. Glad you weren't actually going deaf, though. I mean, that's always good. Yeah, you got that to be thankful for. He's jumping again? Alright, we can do this. Damn, I wasted my jump on that. Wait, other people are dead already? Shit. Alright, we can do this. I'm just missing, like, everybody. Shit. Okay, I didn't get hit by that. I need to make sure that I'm keeping the load light on the healers. Oh shit. That is not the way to do it. Okay, okay. Fuck. Okay, I do not. Oh god, these bomb boulders are just not good enough. Damn, I hit by it. That's okay. I can heal myself back up. Me again. Ugh, I guess I should take that as a compliment. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Yes. Hell yeah. Whew. Now that was a butt clincher. Very cool. Camp Overlook, that's right. That was fun. I enjoy those challenges. Ah, there he is. Did I not tell you he would return safe and sound? Well, it took a couple minutes. The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death, like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Isael's followers were beyond reason. Many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. Beneath a star-filled sky. There is naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Bloden of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Of course. I'm Sure he'll love it. You're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. Yeah, I killed Titan. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men'll be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't a soul in the Maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you have lots of places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I mean, these conversations usually are one-sided. I traveled far and wide with two companions, Estinian and Izael, who were very...
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving.
Give me a little bit too
The
much
hopes
credit.
and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
Yeah. Oh, I still think this is Urianger. I'm still convinced.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Yep. I think he has the same voice, too.
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
He's saying to kill us? Dude, what has gotten into Urianger? What is this about?
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Man. What is he up to? I just don't get it. What ho, Vel? I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Ishtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Aymeric believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where is Alice? She was here a moment ago, with Gabu. Oh boy. There she is. What indeed, Ham? What indeed? Ah, let me guess, it's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bloiden, something tells me you're not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he's slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu, I truly am. You should never have been made to... And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them, and never ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alice. Thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, there will be a reckoning. Return to the Waking Sands. Got a bad feeling about returning there. Do 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 do. We have heard the glad tidings from Ugomero, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa Lominsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. It was by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. And let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou did request, I sought out the Garen oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times they have succeeded, then of 10 and 3 only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Menphilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in the world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh, and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner of the warriors of darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul will returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such, at least, is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Unless thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Aline Wyo's network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group, which received the crystals without delay. Vel, Alice, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Man. You can tell that Alice knows something's up with Urianger. Alphino, Alice, Vel, are you 3 listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Americ's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Ah, wait a moment. There is more. And I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Eline Royaux, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers, no one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Ishola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. I think she's trying to tell him not to tell anybody. She's caught a whiff of something. I think she's onto Urianger. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levelure estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though. Little Alamigo awaits. I feel like something's about to come to a head. Where am I going? Little Alamigo. Man, this is getting tense. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me, it's been a long day. Did you have something to say? Urianger, oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now, more than ever. Listen, Vel, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I'm prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Oh boy. When we were free. Ooh, that mask. So to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Alamigan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly aware of the Resistance's movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Vel, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Alright. See ya, Ham. Let me guess, come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Alamigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few old dons to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Huh, so this guy's called the Griffin. I see you there, going around asking questions, looking for the Griffin in his lot, I'll bet. Seems like they're the talk of Little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what under's that mask, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. The last guy is probably upstairs then, eh? Aha! Called it. Hey, the Resistance, damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to them. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mass bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. So a masked man named the Griffin is setting a fire in people. Very cool. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group with which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundabald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Shall we? Gundabald, how you doing, you old goat? Much as it pleases me to see you again, Vel, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin. I know of him, as do we all. He and his mass have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Sunken Temple of Karn it is. I think from the picture that we got for the preview, I think the guy that had his arm raised with that mask, I think that's going to end up being the Griffin. And if that's the case, and I think those are the Resistance that Ida and Papalimo are caught up with. Because I think I also saw a mask that looked similar with her. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. Do-do-do, ba-dum-bum. He's a Lancer too.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Son of a bitch. Ah, I know who that is.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled.
I know who that is. I just can't
Not
remember
a
his
day
name.
goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same.
Ilberd. That was his name. This is fucking Ilberd. Oh.
We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery.
Son of a bitch.
The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us, and they have murdered us, but no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
I mean, this voice actor's killing it. I just hate the fact that, like, I think that's Ilberd.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Ida and Papalimo, right? Yeah!
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Yes.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
It's funny because what he said there, if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, that's actually from V for Vendetta, I think. I think that was a reference to V for Vendetta. Because V also is a masked man telling people to rise up. Words cannot express how glad I am to see both of you alive and well. And you, though it's pretty obvious you and Vel would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believed that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? We're paying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would have not been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Ralban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. I wonder who intercepted that courier. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the Mass are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I wonder why that is. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if you were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. Mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? You got crystals. Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin... Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The Mass have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Hell yeah. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Of course. You guys have been away for way too long. Hell yeah. I think that is a pretty good place to stop for today. Oh, that was... We got pretty good amounts of content done. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. This has been a ton of fun. Lots of craziness going on. Next stream will be Tuesday. Over the weekend, I'll try to do more to get ether currents and stuff. Seeing as how I might end up needing to have them towards the end to be able to like access Alliance Raid or something. Anyways, thanks so much. Next stream is Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for helping out, having fun, chatting with me, putting up with the sound of my voice for 4 hours, basically. Anyways, see you guys later. Take care. Love you all. See you Tuesday.